Yeah, ready as you'll ever be, ready or not, it's coming. It's similar to when you guys were kids. People would ask you, "Are you ready? Are you ready for school to start?" Well, it doesn't really matter if I'm ready or not. It's starting on whatever day it is, and if I'm ready, great. If not, well, then I guess I'm SOL. So,
What's it like when you play hide and seek? Ready or not, here I come.
yeah,
It's like
pretty
school.
much.
Yeah.
Hey, ready or not,
Literally.
I'm here.
Yeah. That is very true. Now, I have a question though for you guys, because you guys both work retail stores here. Now, when you guys have, probably, I don't know if it's similar everywhere, but do you guys have inventory around this time right now, or have you already had it, or is it a little bit past, or
We did ours
like a big inventory where they bring in like outside people who can go and count everything in the store?
We did it about 2 months ago, but we did it ourselves now.
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
okay.
Ourselves.
We do it. We do it ourselves, Dylan. And the way we do it, every month, it has to be done. But here at the end of June, this next Monday, it's the big one for the end of the quarter. So me, my boss, and our other assistant, we got to get to work Monday at 5:30. No, 5 a.m. or either 4:30 or 5 a.m. And we got to count. We got to count the cooler, and then I got to get a gun and scan all the items that are pre-packed, like on our multi-deck section that comes in tagged. So I got to scan all that so we can upload that to the computer and count a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, we got to do it every month, but we got a big one here coming up in a couple days since it's the end of the quarter. So yeah, we got to
Okay,
count.
but have you
we
guys
gotta
ever
count everything?
Have you guys ever had it where that you bring in like an outside company that does it?
Nope.
We used to.
No. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, okay then, Ethan. So maybe you can attest to this, but you deal with some of these and I understand that it is a very big thing, but have you ever looked at some of those people that they hire from these companies and they barely look like they can count to zero?
Oh yeah, they just idiots. It takes forever.
They read at a pre-K level, they cannot count, and then they are entrusted to account for everything that is in the store.
Yeah. And they wonder why our inventories are off all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
And now that you guys have done it, now that you guys are the ones that do it yourselves, you probably realize that we should not be paying people to come count when they are not as good as we are.
Well, and
No.
also wait for it. It's part of our jobs to keep track of what we have and what we don't have. So we should know this anyway, and we should be counting, not bringing in some fool where they're just like, oh, it says we got, 43. I only counted 26, and us who work there, we know, oh, I could check this spot, that spot, and this spot to find the missing, 17 or whatever number I just said. But these idiots you bring in from the third party deal and probably just say, yeah, this is good. That's why you can't put the dum-dums in charge.
I can count a potato.
Oh yeah, they're just a bunch of mouth breathers. Like let's be honest here.
Because that's what I was dealing with like the past week, and then they finally had it the other day, and it was like everything was the vendor's fault. It was none of their fault. It was everybody else's fault. And
they sound like, Dylan, general contractors down in the state of Florida.
Pretty much, yeah.
Everyone's moving to Florida, but the people who work construction in Florida suck. So it's only a matter of time in 10 to 15 years before everything falls apart.
Yeah.
Caleb?
Yeah.
Putting a call out on Caleb. I like it.
The people that he's dealing with, man, he's about to lose his mind down there with some of these idiot general contractors down there.
So I don't know if you've ever seen the You Betcha skit of the contractors' jobs, or of like every construction contractor. I'm guessing that is exactly how they are in real life, and it's to a T.
Oh yeah, like when they wake up at 4 a.m. and they go to Holiday, they get 2 monsters, a slice of pizza, and a bag of the powdered ho-ho donuts. Oh yeah, that's 100% true.
And then the contractor, the contractor will sit in his pickup the whole time and have the AC blowing, and then he'll do a couple of laps around and then go back in.
Yes, absolutely.
That not surprising. Sounds about right.
So while it's cool to move to Florida now because they actually believe in freedom, in 15 years, folks, watch out because things will not be built properly. It's going to be a disaster.
Great. We're gonna have a whole nother Miami apartment complex again.
I was thinking that exact same thing, actually. Ethan.
So it's Taylor Swift week in the cities, isn't it? Did you guys get your Swizzle tickets?
So actually,
that took a lot for you to get out, but no.
So actually, my sisters are both going, and I'd be lying if I said I was using a cover for them to go. Well, I'm actually going with them, but no, I'm not actually going with them. But they will be going, and it's actually the second time they're going to see Taylor in concert. They went when she was in Fargo when we were still all going to school together.
Okay. What do they care if you share how much they spent on tickets?
I don't know the exact number, guys, but I'm going to be honest. I would be surprised if 400 was the minimum.
Jeez.
I know one day Olivia was on Ticketmaster, and by the grace of God, she somehow snagged 2 tickets. I don't know how she did it,
Jeez.
but she did it. So
are they good seats? Because it's at U.S. Bank, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. If I had to guess with how much money these girls don't have and or don't like to spend, that's probably somewhere where we were for Church and Wallen. But hey, you're in the building. There's probably a couple 100,000 people in the Twin Cities who weren't able to go, so they're there. That's all that matters.
At first, those tickets were going for like $2,000 a piece.
It's crazy.
Stupid.
And I haven't asked them this yet, but I think I might have to. Are they gonna? I don't know if they're gonna be part of the adult diaper club, so they don't miss a song.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Ethan, you look confused. You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, dog. Where like girls are wearing, and maybe guys, they're wearing like adult Depends diapers to this Taylor Swift concert, so they don't have to miss a song.
You don't realize it depends. Those are literally like for like not like a giant freaking piss, like just for like accidents, like small ones, not like
or whatever company you want to call it for. I don't work with old people, and I don't like old people, and old people don't like me. So believe it or not, I don't know much about adult diapers, even though I probably should wear one. What?
Yes, you guys should.
You are not the only person in my friend group that probably should be wearing adult diapers. So Grant, don't feel alone.
Oh, I'm not. I mean, the ripe age of 29, almost 30. In the words of my boss when I got hurt, he's almost 30. He's falling apart. He's almost 30.
It's going to be tough negotiating for your next contract.
Oh yeah, they're hitting me with that injury bug. I'm screwed, man. But it's funny you mentioned that because at work, Dylan, when I'm sick, I don't get the common cold, I don't get the flu, I don't get bronchitis, nothing like that. I missed work because of, I got a dog yelling at me now, physical injury, concussions, meniscus tears, just, sports injuries. So that's probably a good and a bad thing.
Yeah.
Well, like what Carlton says on The Fresh Prince, chicks dig a guy with a sports injury. Hey, babe, I hurt my leg playing Pee-wee football.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff right there.
Hannah, sorry if you heard that. Hannah just about tripped over Boone. So,
what an athlete! What an athlete!
Ooh boy. So Ethan is joining us from a secret location that we cannot discuss yet. Maybe on a later podcast we can discuss. He is a week away from moving across the street from a gambler's paradise. 2 days. 2 days, I should say. Yeah, it is. We are recording this on the 21st, and it is going to be the 22nd when this is episode 83. The Wes Welker, Vincent Jackson edition, Andre Reed edition of the podcast.
Dylan, just imagine how much better Ethan's going to be when he lives across from a horse racing track. He's only about 3 minutes away from the casino. Him and Hannah are gonna be wearing big hats, nice fancy dress shoes without socks, drinking wine and smoking cigars. He's gonna be so much cooler than we are.
And I'm
He
probably
already
gonna have
is.
to
So
pay over multiple times a week. You know.
Hey,
yeah. Well, hey, if you get him on the podcast, then that's good enough for us.
We can certainly try.
Yeah.
Why not?
but yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see this huge hat Hannah's gonna pull up on, and Ethan, like I said, Ethan's gonna be wearing. Rich people don't wear socks when they dress
No.
up. Ethan's just not gonna be wearing socks anymore. He
Nope.
already drinks wine, so he's better than us.
Yep.
We're screwed.
Pinky up too.
He's probably about to leave us because we're lower class
I'm
citizens.
already
than him.
drinking
Like
some
Hannah, the
alkaline
peasants are.
water to take care of myself.
He was like, Hannah, the peasants are on the line.
Well, I
Peasants
think
wanna
Grant,
come
I
over,
think
then
you're
we're gonna let
going to
him.
be the only one left in the dust, though, because yeah, Ethan's living in a nicer area. I own a
Mhm.
house. You're just a poor renter.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest here. I didn't amount much in life, and this is kind of fitting for me. I always thought I'd joke that I'd live in my parents' basement. And so far in my life, of course, I've lived in my parents' house. I've lived in Connor's basement. I now live in Alex's basement. And let's be honest here. I'm probably gonna, whenever I move out of this place someday, live in someone else's basement. It's only a matter of time before I live in Ethan's basement. Let's call a spade a spade. Doggone it, I was offered to live in Caleb's room if I ever moved to Florida someday. So I'm just kind of a bum who is always going to rent. Is as deep as a kiddie pool, as my buddy Derek would say at work. I don't know how to have conversations with people. Just likes to lift heavy weights and is not a positive member of society. Like, what do you do?
Well,
Grant,
and you
Dylan,
do have a
that's gonna
criminal
roast
record
you?
still.
Yeah.
That's fine. Go ahead, roast me.
No, sorry, I'm roasting Dylan. Hannah just shook her head and goes, "He has a house in Dickinson," and so like,
So?
I think it's just like the
That's
Western
fine.
Eastern Montana part of it is what she was getting at.
So the shitty end of
So?
Montana.
The shitty end of Montana.
Still own a house.
The shitty end of Montana.
Well, it's a good thing I don't live in Montana. So
Well, you live closer to Montana than you do the North Dakota capital. So you live in
This is a
Montana.
fair point.
I do.
Grant, I don't know if we
I
told you
do.
this, but Hannah's cousins actually own a giant like ranch out there by Dickinson.
I think
Really?
you did tell. I think you did
Yeah,
tell
I told
me
you
that.
that. I
Yes.
told you their name one time.
Who is it?
I can't remember. I'd have to ask when she comes
Oh,
back
you
down. She
probably
did
did. I
pronounce it.
don't remember who it was.
You've heard of them, I think. I don't know if you knew them, but you've definitely heard of the ranch. You said.
Could be.
So,
Yeah.
Son of a gun.
Or my
The more I know.
Small world. But
yeah.
did you guys get to watch any of the U.S. Open?
Honestly, no. I was no. Did I work this weekend? No, we had everything.
No, you
else
had a
happen,
wedding
so-
on Sunday.
Yeah, I had a wedding. Verizon. Had to go to the bank because we thought the account got
Verizon?
hacked. You name it. Yeah, my phone would only.
You got a
get
new
What
phone.
happened with Verizon?
I got a new phone. I spent 2.5 hours there, trying to fix my phone, and then
Ooh.
got a new. So good Saturday.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a fun Saturday.
It was pretty terrible.
That,
Come right.
Ethan, that almost reminds me of the time when Alex's parents went to get a new phone. Like Costco had some deal where if you get with like, was it T-Mobile or Sprint? I can't remember the company, whatever it
Costco had
was.
a deal.
You could, yeah, I think it was Costco. So they had to sit in line and like wait to get these phones for super cheap. Well, before they could meet someone, they had to stand on the concrete floor at Costco for 4 consecutive hours.
Oh no!
No
Whoa.
bench. Yeah, and Reggie said his back was about to fall apart. And he almost fell to the floor. And then that's when we came up with the phrase, Reggie, you just got Costco'd.
Did they at least get a hot dog out of the deal?
I don't even know if they got a hot dog and a slice of pizza out of it, which is just an absolute
Oh, what the
disaster.
heck?
I mean,
That's a
standing on
travesty.
your feet for 4 hours
No way.
in that zoo. Oh my gosh, that sounds awful.
I mean, they might as well just give her
That-
Taylor Swift tickets at that point if you're gonna wait that long.
I mean, yeah, no kidding.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, no,
that does not sound fun.
I caught the action on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, by the time I got to the TV, it was I turned it in for the back nine. Rory just teed off at 10.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, and I was just
Mhm.
leaving on the back nine. We had
Yep.
football camp, so I wasn't able to see the end. But Wyndham Clark won it. Ricky Fowler fell apart.
Yeah, I did. It's funny,
And-
dude. Had he just shot a 70, we would have had a two-man playoff on Monday with him.
We
and
would have.
Bradley.
That would have been the first one.
I was gonna ask about that. Is this the only tournament that does an 18-hole playoff?
I believe so.
I
I was
yes.
gonna say, that can't
Yes.
be a real, like a very common thing, I should say.
It's just the U.S. Open.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Because I think everywhere else is like, what, 3 and 4? First they do the best
Yeah.
of 3, and then that's like best of 4 or something like that. But yeah, the U.S. is straight up 18.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
wild.
and then which we're breaking down is the 2008 U.S. Open film. So it's a good transition. There is the last time there was an 18-hole playoff was in 2008, where Tiger and Rocco Mediate battled for 91 holes, and Tiger ended up winning on one leg.
That whole
Now-
thing was actually
when
really
he
good.
had that's
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
I didn't realize, guys, they have like 2 or 3 other ones out there from U.S. Open wins before, and it was like when Tiger dominated in 2000, another one in 02, and when I got done watching, I almost wanted to watch one of those other ones, just because, like you said, it was damn good.
Did you guys catch
It was. Yeah.
the ESPN commentators quote when they were saying like how big of upset Rocco would be over Tiger? He basically said this is like the Titanic beating the
Yeah.
iceberg.
Yes.
Which is
Oh,
back
sorry.
in the news now.
We have come full
Well, yeah,
circle.
they go what? David versus Goliath, and then the Titanic taking down the iceberg. Like
Buster
What?
Douglas taking down Tyson.
Buster Douglas taking down Tyson. That was just wild.
Because Rocco was 158th in the world. I think he hadn't won a PGA event since in 5 or 6 years, and that was one. I think that was his only time he's actually finished in the top 10 of a major.
Well, and like what Bob Costas
Really?
said, guys, people wouldn't know him outside of his hometown.
No,
He
They
looks-
wouldn't even
he-
know him in his own house.
No,
he's the definition of an average Joe.
he
Yeah,
looks
so-
like,
average Joe.
like your normal
So
plumber.
prior to the 2008 U.S. Open, he took 6th at the PGA Championship in 2002, and then he took tied for 15th at the Masters in 2001, and then he tied for 18th in 1996 at the Open Championship.
And guys, like what's even crazy is like when you see the video, you compare Tiger's swing to Rocco's swing. Rocco just looks like he should be a member at the Bellwood Oaks course there in Hastings, Ethan. He just, like you said, he's an
Yeah.
average Joe.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, just
He was.
the way he
And then
dressed.
have the audacity to come out and wear red on Monday of the playoff.
Dude, that was awesome.
Get out
That
of
was
here.
that was so funny. It was like, well, I don't know if Tiger wears red on Monday, but Rocco wears red on Monday.
Who cares
He
about
wears red on
Rocco?
Sunday. I don't know what Tiger wears on Monday.
It's a playoff. You know damn well Tiger's going to wear red.
Of course.
Oh.
But
But Dylan, with Tiger and that injury, his stress fracture, was that in his left leg or his right leg?
His left leg.
I can't remember.
it was
It was his left leg.
was it? Because
Yeah, because remember on that swing, his right foot slips and put all the pressure on his left
Yeah.
leg, and that's when they heard the crack in his leg.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
When
that,
he
was that when the
physically
AC, that,
broke it? Yeah, not just
That- or
fractured,
that-
like
that's-
actually broke it.
that's when the ACL snapped.
I think
Yeah.
so.
and then
Gotcha.
his caddy told him he should just pack it in. There's no shame in quitting. And he looks at him, fuck you, I'm winning this tournament. And then he just goes -5 for the day
Yeah, after that
Well,
shot, it's crazy. He can do one shot.
because he was
and
+3
completely
at the
flips a
time.
switch.
He was +3 at the time, and then he goes and then he goes -5 to finish the day -2.
Like that's
Well,
just nuts.
and like when he said, just shows about how much he wanted to win, and how much of a competitor he is and how different he is. He goes, well, if this is the most pain I can get all day, I can fight through this.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, dude, you just snapped your ACL. When I tore my meniscus, I could hardly walk up the stairs for 2 days, let alone playing in a golf tournament. Now, sure, maybe if it was Tiger's left leg, it's different because mine was my right, and there's no way I could have spun it. But that's just the toughness that guy had and the will to win is just amazing. After he goes, oh shoot, if this is the worst pain it can be, yeah, I can walk 2.5 more days on this thing. Are you kidding me?
And at Torrey Pines, which is not a flat area either. There's a lot of hills.
No.
Hills there. It's considered a national park where people go hiking at.
Well, and guys,
and that was the first time too. Before that was the first time he's actually walked 18 holes since he played Augusta that year.
Yeah, because then he had surgery after Augusta, correct?
Yep.
Something like that, yeah. Just stupid. Like,
well, yeah, guys. I didn't. Go ahead, Ethan.
No, I was just gonna say, it's just he beat every golfer literally with one leg that was actually somewhat useful, and probably like the hardest playing conditions they'll ever play in, or one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like one freaking leg.
Yeah. What do you guys? Do you guys remember that tournament at all?
Not really, I guess. No.
I'm going to be honest. The only thing I remember from that tournament was I watched Monday because it was in the summer. We were, Ethan, we would have been going into our freshman year of high school.
We graduated in
yeah, I think I was going into 8th grade.
Yeah, we had freshman year. I remember we had a summer football workout that I went to in the morning from like 9 to 11. That was before I had a car, so I would bike to West, guys, which was like a 30, 40-minute bike ride there. And I remember coming home, every time I'd have to go up this steep hill. That was the first time in my life I went from the bottom to the top of this hill in one stretch. And I was just absolutely exhausted and gassed. But when I got home, I got downstairs and I just got on the couch and had a blanket on. And I just remember watching this, just amazed that Tiger could do this, watching this injury and just going back and forth. So I remember Monday, and that's probably the only time I watched that tournament, when it was live as a 14-year-old kid.
Yeah, what I remember is I remember coming home on a Saturday night. We went to church, and then we went and ate somewhere, and then we came back, and I remember my dad and I kind of had it on, and then we got back to go see how it was, and then all of a sudden I remember Tiger's chip in on 17 from I don't think it was from the bunker, it was from the just off the bunker in the rough, and he chips in and he just sits there, starts laughing that he can't believe that he made that shot.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden he was in the lead, and then that Sunday it was kind of on and off, and then kind of saw that he was struggling, and then he makes that incredible comeback where hole 18, it did not start out great for him.
Well, his first 2 shots were garbage.
Yeah. And then, that shot out of the bunker too, where he ground spikes his sand wedge.
Yeah.
And then Rocco had that chance to birdie it to win it, and it just goes out. And then I remember that putt, because I remember I just went up the steps and I asked my dad, what's going on? And he's like, he needs this putt to go into a playoff. And and I think everybody knew. I was like, he's going to make this. And sure enough, hits it. Just absolute pandemonium. The announcers saying, expect anything different? And then Rocco too, which is funny, on the documentary, he goes, yeah, I knew he was going to make it. He's Tiger Woods. If that's anybody else, they aren't making that shot. But Tiger Woods makes that shot.
100%. And like, even, before that, besides the holes that Tiger went absolutely nuclear on, and he had those 2 eagles on Saturday,
Yeah, the
he
one he almost dunked it.
putting was not friendly for that tournament for these guys.
A lot of dead spots on the green. I remember looking at
Yes.
that, especially on
Did
18
it say
too.
how long that second eagle was from the back of the green? Where it looked, he damn near. It sounded like he almost hit the freaking stick on the second shot.
I don't remember.
had
I know Ricky had like a 69-foot putt for eagle on Saturday. That was an incredible putt.
50.
And I gotta say,
it was long.
With these guys, this is the way that U.S. Open should be: 2 under to even par to win it, not this whole 10 under thing that we had this last weekend.
Those players bitching about it this week. Just shut up. Like, come on. Like,
it was Hugh Hefner's monkeys. Those were the biggest problem.
Who was it? Koepka, Fitzpatrick. Who else complained this last week about it? There was one more.
I don't know.
Koepka was the big one, but he can be kind of a crybaby when he doesn't get his way and he doesn't play good.
Yeah.
And also, you look at the Torrey Pines and guys in 18, how I think was it on Sunday they had the pin in the front part of the green, but they also had that the water hazard right in front of that where your approach shot you have to be on, and if you're super long, you're screwed. But if you're short, you put it in the water. So I don't know how these guys do what they do. It's just incredible.
It's insane. A lot of practice and a lot of God-given ability.
Well, and then also, like, you mentioned where Tiger almost dunked it and he's laughing, that one eagle. I've seen that clip, that reel, whatever you want to call it, for years. I didn't know it was this tournament. I had no idea what tournament that was from until seeing this documentary. I'm like, oh, that was from Torrey Pines. Now, whenever I see that, I can put an event to it, and I'm like, well, so this was when he won it on one leg. So that was kind of cool now.
And then he goes in Eagles 18 after chipping in.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know about you guys, but anytime after I get a birdie, my next tee shot is just going to be absolutely duffed.
Well, or you're going to find a fairway, not the hole you're playing, but a different fairway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what happened That's what happened the last time I did get a birdie. Was I hit it into the other fairway.
But also, guys,
after I duffed it into the ground and it rolled onto the fairway.
Ooh,
that's a good way to do it.
That's not good.
Luckily, it was I was in league, so they take the best drive. So luckily, we had somebody else that actually hit a good drive. So my tee shot wasn't needed.
But also, guys, give Rocco some credit, because before that, Tiger had his 13 major championships. When he was up on Sunday, it was almost over. Like, just at this point, why even play? Rocco didn't back down, and he played a great Sunday. And like he told his caddy, if I do what I know I can do, I'm going to win. I'm going to beat this kid. And he made Tiger earn it on 18. So props to Rocco for that. Everyone else, that just mentally they would have worn down, like, this is Tiger Woods. Or like when you're playing Michael Jordan, he's going to make this. It's just, that mental edge that Tiger had on everyone else. Rocco didn't back down. And it was cool to see the fans kind of be on his side too, where they weren't cheering just for Tiger. They were like, oh my God, we're witnessing history. This is the Titanic beating the iceberg. Let's cheer for Rocco.
Well, and it was also cool. Probably Rocco's last chance and only chance that he was ever going to get at winning a major, because he was 158th in the world. And then in the playoff, he was down 3 strokes with 8 holes to go, and Tiger kind of falls apart, and Rocco, to his credit, makes an incredible comeback. He was able to tie it at 14.
Yeah, 3 birdies in a row.
Yep, and then he goes up 1 on 15 with that was 3 straight birdies, and Tiger just misses to tie it on 16. And then on 18 he hits his first shot this was in the
hit it in the bunker. Right?
On 18 he hits it into the bunker, and then he gets out of it and actually has a fairly makeable putt for birdie, and it goes just left. And then Tiger's
Well,
40-foot eagle putt to win. He just misses it. He makes the birdie. They go to the playoff, or sudden death.
Okay, that's right.
And they go to hole 7. And that was when Rocco hit it in the bunker. He pulled it, and then he had to take a drop. And he had about a 20-foot putt to save par, but he misses and bogeys. And Tiger kind of plays it safe. He goes below the hole, and then he birdies it. Or he just misses the birdie and then pars. And then that's how he won his 14th major.
I love how he said there's Rocco goes.
I thought Rocco had it.
Well, like, I love how he said
it took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, there's great players, and then like, which one are you? Misses the putt. Get your answer.
Get your answer. I'm a normal player.
You're a normal guy.
I remember my dad on the playoff. I remember him. I called him to let him know that it was going into a playoff, and he came home to watch the final hole with me to see.
Oh, no
and
kidding.
I just remember him saying, I feel bad for Rocco because that was his one shot that he was going to have at a major. Now it's gone. Now I'm sure he's having a nice career on the senior tour.
Is he still playing?
Probably on the senior tour.
He'd be what? He'd 45. He'd be
59, 60 right now.
He is 60. He is born in 1962. Yep.
He's my dad's age.
But
Craig's a better athlete than him.
Absolutely.
I'd take Craig over Rocco.
Oh, for sure. Have you seen that
Darn
guy
right.
golf? Grant's seen him golf.
I've seen him golf. The dude's an absolute mechanic out there.
Oh, yeah. Him and his chipping with his
Craig's a great golfer. Rocco's a normal golfer.
Yeah, yes. Also, guys, I'd be lying if I said I thought for the longest time I thought Torrey Pines was in New York. I did not know. Or I thought it was on the East Coast. I'm sorry. I did not know it was in San Diego.
You thought about what? Like,
I've been there. I've been in the clubhouse.
What was that, Ethan?
Really? You've been in the clubhouse of Torrey Pines?
Yeah, we went. This was probably 6 or 7 years ago now. We went on a family vacation down there, and we went and hiked like Torrey Pines State Park, and which is right next to the golf courses. So we walked in, just kind of wanted to check it out and see it, and asked what green fees were, and we said okay and left.
What are we talking?
How much were they?
No, well, probably now it's probably like 700. Back then it was like 400 or something like that a person.
That's cheaper.
Hey,
That's
they also have resident fee. If you're a California resident.
Oh, no kidding.
On which course?
Stadium course down in Glendale or Arizona, Phoenix area. So for a bachelor party eventually, maybe we just go spend $500.
Where they have the waste management.
Yeah. Yes. So $500 we can go hit on 17.
Oh, one of us is totally dunking that thing.
Oh, easy.
I've had a buddy that if you golf it now, where it's like 900 degrees down in Arizona, but it's a dry heat, you can get it for like $100. Because I had a buddy that played it for like 100, or I shouldn't say buddy, but a guy I knew that played it for like $100 in like at this time. Granted, you sweat your ass off, but you can play it for a lot cheaper.
So speaking of expensive courses, guys, I'm just curious, what is the most money you've spent on a round, and what was the course? No, I'm just curious. Like, do you know off the top of your head?
Well, it wasn't worth for what I paid. It was probably the one I just played down in Arizona for Cody's bachelor, $120, and it was not worth $120.
Dylan, was our Legends a little more than that? Was that 125, or was that a little less?
I can't remember.
Or it was close. It was close to that.
It was close, but yeah, the Legends course was probably worth the $125. The course we played was not worth $125. I would say that was probably closer to $65, $70.
They just get you because of the nice weather, and you can. I guess shoot, you were down there just now, so you could have golfed up here at that point. Never mind.
Yeah. And the big thing with Arizona, it all depends on the location. So if you're playing in like Scottsdale, in the Scottsdale area, those prices are a little bit more expensive.
Okay.
There was another one we played, and this was 5 or 6 years. It was the first time I went down to Arizona, which I believe was in 2019. And on Golf Now, it was like a hot deal for $90, but it was like regular price like 200, but we got it for $90. So,
jeez,
nice.
It's a good deal.
And I can't remember the name of it, but it was a really nice course.
Ethan,
what's
what
the
about
big
what about
resort
you?
up by Brainerd?
The
big resort up by Brainerd. I can't remember the name of it. I thought it started with an M. God, I can't think of it right now.
I know which one you're talking about too. Son of a gun.
Let me look it up.
But some of those courses in northern Minnesota are just absolutely stunning.
Yeah, this one was like 70.
I know there's one guy
Maddens.
on for
Maddens. I was gonna say Maynard's, but I was like, I know it's not Maynard's. Maddens.
Maddens. That's okay.
Yeah, we did one there. I want to say it was like $70 a person for 18 in a cart. It was one of the cheaper courses Maddens had. Good course, fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean now they're up there for like $225. So like, yeah, I'm good. I'll stick with my 7.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think for me, guys, it would be the Meadows at Mystic Lake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Played there last summer. That was me and Alec went and got paired up with two random people, but it was a really nice course. It was beautiful, and it's kind of cool. They have each hole had a different name that was Native American themed, and they have a statue by the tee box, and it was really it was fun. It was a nice course. It was a beautiful course, and the reason I liked it so much was because I played really well that day. I had multiple 300+ yard drives, par to par 5, birdied 18 on a par 5. Just played really well, but it was a really nice course right into the casino. So if you're doing the whole classic summer thing, you want to go stay at the casino, maybe do some horse racing that night, play golf on the weekend, and the Twin Cities, Meadows is definitely the place to be.
Okay.
And Dylan, I like that more than Legends. So maybe next year when I'm allowed to play golf again, if you're in town, we'll go there. Spend a little money on a round.
There you go.
No, it's not. I'm not thinking of Legends. There's one up here in the Twin Cities where you have to take a ferry to like the green. It's like an island green. You take a ferry to it.
That would be sweet.
Northern cities.
Hey, I don't know.
Northern cities.
Is it Maple Grove, Ethan? I'm not sure.
No, it's. I think it's a little bit north of there, even.
Okay. I know there's a really nice public course in Wisconsin right by Stillwater. It's like a top 100 course in the country for public. Why am I drawing a blank on it, Ethan? I've heard Stonebrook's the one with the ferry?
I think so.
Okay. But God, I'm drawing a blank because
it's actually in Shakopee.
Oh, no kidding.
How much is it? I'm gonna go look it up.
But yeah, I'm drawing a blank, guys. But just right across from I believe Stillwater. Beautiful public course in Wisconsin. It's like a top 100 course in the country.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You got to book a reservation 3 weeks out.
Jeez. Yeah, that but there's one that's about 30 miles west of Dickinson. It's called Bully Pulpit. That's a really nice course, but luckily I'm usually able to get it for a little bit cheaper. But that regular right now is probably $120.
Okay.
But it's in the Badlands. It's very pretty, but
I was going to say the Bully Pulpit, Badlands, Theodore Roosevelt or
Yep, it's in the Theodore Roosevelt National Park.
Park.
Yep.
That is cool.
Yeah, I actually played it on Friday. So I got to play it in a scramble.
Oh, well, look at you.
Yeah, it was we were 4 under, and that was with a double bogey we took on a hole, because the way this green was set up is there's a little bit of a hump right in the middle of the green. And I don't know what happened to the dude that was setting the pins that Friday. I don't know if his girlfriend dumped him or or just having a bad day, but he just decided he was going to put it directly on the back side of this hump where if you hit in front of the green, the ball was just going to roll.
Oh boy.
And us being the rubes we are, we're not pros, so we're not going around driving figuring out where the pin placements are, because had we have done that, we would have probably clubbed up one and had an uphill putt instead of an uphill, then a downhill, and then another downhill, and just an absolute disaster where it was either where we hit it, it was either we were gonna be we had to make it, or it was gonna be a tough 3-putt, which we ended up 4-putting.
Felt like you're probably playing at the U.S. Open.
Probably, but yeah, if whenever you guys decide to come out this way, that'd be the course we would play. Okay. So.
Stonebrook is green fees of roughly 70 to 80, depending on when you go. But that's not counting carts. So I don't know it didn't say how much the carts were.
Oh.
So probably what, 85, 90 bucks?
Probably about, I bet you it's at least 25 for a cart. Like 25-ish.
Now, do most places, is it 25 a person, or do they let you split it?
It's
or does it depend on the place?
20-ish bucks per half a cart or something like that.
Okay, gotcha. I always get confused on how they do
green fees. It's probably a little higher than that.
Yeah, I always get confused how they do that. Where it's like, is it $20 a person, or is it 10 and 10? I don't know.
Usually in Dickinson, it's a rider fee, so it's basically $1 a hole. It's if you cart it for $9, it's $9. If you cart it for $18, it's $18.
Okay.
And for the most part, unless I'm playing with my buddies, but if I'm just going with my dad and his group, I usually just have a walking cart and walk it.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, get about 6 miles of walking in, get some exercise in. The only bad part is if it gets really, really hot, and then you get a little bit tired, or if it's really hilly. So the one we did in Bismarck a couple of weeks ago was super hilly and walking, and I almost downed an entire pizza by myself after we were done.
Nice.
How big a pizza? Was that like Jack's or?
It was at a restaurant. I mean, it was the size of a large that was cut into squares. It was really good, but
okay, that's bigger than a Jack's.
Yeah.
Well, at this point in our life, we should all be able to take it on a Jack's Pizza by ourselves.
If you don't, you're probably a coward.
If you don't, then you're going to get judged.
You're not a man.
Yep. You lose your card.
I mean, you're not a man. You're not a lady. You're a bitch. That's all it can come down to. Yep. If you can't eat a whole Jack's Pizza.
Brock Borman was saying we need to go out to Deer Run, kind of out by Victoria.
Deer Run. Sounds expensive.
It's reasonable. I looked online. It's like 40 to 45, and then you get your carts on top of that.
Oh, that ain't bad.
It's not terrible.
You hear the name Victoria and you get nervous. Like,
yes.
Sounds like,
Deer Run Golf Club?
Yeah. That
looks nice.
One of my employees works out there or lives out there, and her and her husband just listed their house for like, I don't know how much, stupid amount. There's only 2 houses available in all of Victoria right now on the market.
Jeez. Oh yeah, so that's affordable. It's $59 for 18 holes. Oh wow, you get $1 off for a cart fee. $17 a person.
All right.
Shoot, that's cheaper than Brookview, and Brookview's ass.
Oh, yeah, and then if you want to push cart you, it's $5.
Yeah, Ethan, Brookview is absolute ass.
Oh, it's just awful. I don't know why Alec likes it so much. He just must like walking through goose shit.
Well, it's so close.
It's the back 9 of Dickinson. The back, there's a stretch from hole 13 to 15 where there's goose shit all over, and right now there's a bunch of baby geese. So like you walk on the green and you got to putt around it, and yeah, I'm actually surprised. Like I have not heard of any geese attacks. I think they're so used to it where they just kind of do their own thing.
Okay.
I almost killed one year. I legitimately
That is
By
true.
killed one.
hitting it with a ball or what?
I threw a golf ball at it and it like bounced. And I kid you not, it was going right for this thing's head. In last millisecond, it moved its head, or else I was gonna hit it right in the freaking temple. Like I would have killed it instantly. I ended up hitting a different one though in the butt, but it didn't kill it.
There you
Well, yeah,
go.
dude, Ethan, that's when we cleared all the practice balls, the range balls in my bag, and we were just
Yes.
pelting them at these geese.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the death wish.
But no, it was
It's
8:30 at
fun.
night. We were at Rum River. Love that course.
Oh,
And there was no one else. Though there was a group of 3 playing behind us or in front of us, and they were just enjoying us
they were behind
assault
us.
these
They
geese.
thought it was so funny.
And we were having a great time. Yeah, because we couldn't go because there was a group of 4 old men in front of us. So we were like, what should we do? Let's assault some geese and let them know that this is America. And if you're on a bald eagle, you're in second place.
Yeah. You wouldn't take on the swan though, you coward.
Oh, I am not messing with a swan, dude. Not a chance. God, it's so funny, Dylan, because we played the back 9 first, so we were at hole 8, and Ethan had a 25-footer for birdie, and he goes, "Hey Grant, if I make this putt, you got to go in the water and fight that swan." Ethan hits it pure. I mean, right as he hits it, he thinks it's going in, and he looks at me, "Get in the water, bitch!" and he just, he missed, but it came off so pure, and if it would have went in, I almost would have had to go take on them swans just with how magical it was.
The Dairy Queen one. On 18
oh my
up
gosh,
in,
yeah, Dylan.
Stillwater.
So Ethan and I. No, it was White Bear Lake, like Manitowoc Springs or something.
That's it. Yep.
White Bear Lake, yeah, Dylan. So we're playing last year, and we're playing a par 5, and Ethan and I both have good drives, good second shots. Our third shots, Ethan's within 15 feet from the green, and I'm barely on, so I'm about 35 feet away. Ethan goes, before he shoots this, he goes, all right, Grant. If I make this birdie putt on 18, we're going to get Dairy Queen. We're going to get Blizzards afterwards. Ethan stripes it, and he goes, "Ice cream!" and it goes in the cup.
Wow, that is a great feeling, is knowing you sunk a putt as soon as you hit it.
Yeah.
Oh, then like right after I make it, I'm like, Grant, we were going to Dairy Queen even if I missed it.
Yeah. You just didn't have to pay for it now then.
Yes. Was that the night you had to run across the street and use the porta potty?
Oh my God, yeah, dude. My the system was not agreeing with me, Dylan. So I had to go to the bathroom bad. And there's a porta potty about 300 feet away across the street. And I gotta go. And I don't know if I can make it, so I'm walking real funny. And I'm trying to stay clenched. And what is Ethan? Ethan gets a video of me doing this, walking across the street. It's my version of the walk of shame.
I gotta find it now.
But it was nice. After Ethan sank his birdie putt, I had a nice putt and I parred 18. So then we got chicken tenders and ice cream afterwards. It was fantastic.
It was great.
It's not bad to finish the round with a par. There's no shame in that.
Not at all.
And
especially on a par 5 when the interstate was right to our left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We cannot see that. You'll have to just send it to the group chat. Oh,
it was bad. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I just was not feeling good. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I have a story I could share about that, about somebody else I know that how we talked about wearing Depends as an adult. Well, there is somebody I know that should be wearing Depends on a golf course.
Oh, that is not good.
And where it happened. You hit a bump on a golf cart, and all of a sudden, thought you had a fart, but you had to shit, and
no.
And then it was squishing when you sit.
Oh, luckily it wasn't that bad for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Ooh.
You wouldn't live that one down if it was similar to that.
Oh God, no. Oh, that would have been awful. Honestly, dude, I would have probably just walked right back, not said anything to Ethan, got in my car, and went home. Said,
Mhm.
see you, dude. I'm out of here.
Yep. The
So
one
does your
Dairy
does your
that doesn't have a bathroom.
What was that?
So the one Dairy Queen we went to that didn't have a bathroom.
Yeah, the Dairy Queen
that's bad.
the one Dairy Queen that served food, not just ice cream, didn't have a bathroom.
That's brave.
Yeah.
It was scary.
That is very brave. And Grant, so you've got curveball of the week here. So what
You're darn right I do.
what do we got? Oh boy.
Well, Dylan, it's funny you mentioned the Taylor Swift concert is this weekend, and I got to thinking, this is the bucket list concert for a lot of people in the world.
A lot of white women.
A lot of white women who go to Target and drink Starbucks will be at this concert, and so it got me thinking: who is the one concert, guys? It could be an individual, it could be a music group that you could see. They could be past, present, wherever. Who's the one group or one act you want to see live in concert where you're like, I can't miss this. Like, I'd spend $1,000 for these tickets.
Ooh.
That you haven't seen yet. So you can't say Church. You can't say Morgan.
Would have been Morgan. Let's be real.
Nope. Who's the one act you haven't seen that you'd love to see?
Zach Ben.
Oh, I've seen him live.
But Ethan hasn't.
That's so great. That's
Ethan hasn't. No. Let me think here. Ooh, I would say it would have to be probably a toss-up between AC/DC and George Strait. I mean, two opposite ends, but those two would be my two top choices.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
And it would have to be Bon Scott or Brian Johnson, AC/DC. Not, I don't even know who their lead singer is now. I think it's Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses, but I think that one, or just sitting and listening to George Strait, because it's one of the best country musicians of all time.
Well, he's the best storyteller in music history.
Yes.
Yep.
Dustin Lynch is coming to Dickinson in a couple of weeks.
You gonna go?
No, I won't. I won't be in town actually. So I will be. I'll be driving. I'll be driving to Nashville, or not to Nashville, to Fargo to fly to Nashville.
So even better. Even better.
Yeah. So
when you're down in Nashville, will the Eric Church Bar be open yet?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
That is a great question. I don't know.
Because I know he's building one. And what's it called? It's fantastic. Chief.
That's
Chief.
right. Yeah. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe his grand opening is there. We'll see.
God, wouldn't that be something? But no, Dylan, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that, because those were the two options I was thinking of, either AC/DC or George Strait. But to be a little different, I'm gonna have to go with probably my favorite, or one of my favorite country artists. Really fell in love with him in college. My favorite person from Oklahoma. Sorry, Miranda. I'm gonna have to go Blake Shelton.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Just, I know he hasn't came out with a lot of hits recently because he's making more money than God doing The Voice. But man, from 2008 to 2014, that man had some hits, and he was the guy.
He was.
He was the guy.
That was like probably right around the time that the 2008 U.S. Open, that was kind of his prime years. So
yeah, like I said, about 2008 to about 2014 was when he was the guy, and it helped because The Voice was just starting up. He was making more money than God. He was married to Miranda Lambert. Could it be much better than that?
No. Well, apparently to Blake, yes.
Apparently to Blake it could, which I don't understand that. I mean, what he did was bananas. Gwen Stefani reference there.
I see what you did there.
But yeah, if one act for me, I'd have to go Blake Shelton. And Ethan is holding a pencil underneath his nose above his lips.
No, it's a
Other guy.
That's not a pencil. That's
What
I
is
don't know
it?
what that is. You trying to be like Raleigh Fingers and have like a curly Q mustache.
It's a bread twisty, a really big one.
Oh, okay.
Dude, speaking of
I
Dylan, there's
gotcha.
been some great mustaches at the College World Series this year.
Oh, there has been.
Has
So
there?
true.
I've hardly watched any of it at all.
Is LSU still
Oh, dude,
beating them right now?
Yeah, LSU's up 5-2 right now. They have
Okay.
a 5-run third inning.
I
Which
saw.
is
I know
why
they
they're
were
Who
up.
are they
2-0.
playing?
Wake Forest.
Number 1 overall seed.
Oh, okay. It's not the finals yet, is it?
No.
No.
If
But
Dylan-
LSU has to win twice, don't they?
They got to
Correct,
win
yeah.
twice, and Wake just needs to win once. So winner plays Florida.
Okay. We could have
And
an
that's the
all
World
SEC
Series?
battle.
Yeah, Florida beat TCU today in the World
Okay.
Series.
The
Or
TCU
in
had to
their
beat them
side of the
twice.
bracket.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was
No,
a
dude,
Summit League team that did make the College World Series, and they
Well,
handled themselves all right.
All of them athletic year.
Yeah.
No
They
kidding.
beat TCU to start. And they
Yeah.
Yeah, they won a
Florida
game, and they only lost to Florida by one
By
run when
one.
they played them.
Yeah, they played them tough.
They were a really good team. They've always been a really good team.
that
That
go
was
ahead, the go ahead 3-run
NDSU was
hit.
the only team that that was the first team to beat them since they've been in the Summit. NDSU, I think, is the only team that's beaten Oral Roberts in the Summit League
Really?
when they've been in it. Yeah, because there was a brief time where they left to go to a different conference, but anytime they've been in the Summit, they've won the conference tournament every year except one year, which was in 2021 when NDSU won it.
NDSU had a
Small
really
world.
good year this year.
Yeah, they had a rough schedule, but it's tough to play those Oklahoma schools who don't have snow for 9 months out of the year.
They beat the hell
Well, I
out
mean,
of
shoot,
Minnesota.
look at the World Series, guys, this year. It's all teams in the Southeast, and then Stanford.
Yeah.
Yeah, which they don't have much weather to deal with either.
No, and Stanford is probably the best athletic department across the country for all sports, like combined. I understand the football is taking a back seat, but everything else at Stanford, they're the best in the country, and I don't know if you can compete with that. I mean,
It's
the
'cause
only
they got
other
all
school,
the nerds.
the only other school I could think of just based off of sheer size, and again, the football program ain't worth anything, is Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got that Texas oil money.
That Texas oil money.
It's a lot of money.
Well, and it also helps when you have a student body of 50,000 people.
That
This
does
is true.
help.
And also wait for it. Austin is an awesome city too, so that helps.
Heard that, never been.
Oh, it's great. You got to go.
But
Yeah, my
Yeah.
buddy lives down there. He loves it.
Dude, Dylan, you know what you got to do? You got to go down to Texas sometime when George Strait is playing at the Moody Center
there you go. That's
and see
what I got to
see
do.
George see George in Austin. How sick would that be? And then go to 6th Street paint the town red at 6th Street for the night.
Okay, it sounds fun to me. I'll party.
And there are a lot of beautiful women down there in Texas. They are a lot better
Even
looking
better.
than me, but there are a lot of beautiful people down there.
That's not saying much though.
I'm just the sheer number, it will amaze you. Like, I kid you not, guys. I think there's beautiful people in the Twin Cities, which there are, but you go down to Austin, Texas, it's a whole different story.
Probably rivals Old Town Scottsdale.
Probably.
Also,
Like
very, very pretty women per capita.
Like some of your most attractive women up here, you go down to Austin, Texas, and they're just another girl. Like that's how beautiful these people are down there.
So what you're saying a Minneapolis 10 is like an Austin 4?
No, well, like an Austin 8.
Okay.
Like still, like I said, still a very attractive, very pretty girl, but maybe, and it's probably because they have the sun year round down there, and they can be tan all the time. But just some beautiful, beautiful women down there in Austin. Oh my goodness!
Okay.
So shout out to Austin. Shout out to Austin, Texas. It's a beautiful city.
Do you think that the
Beautiful
southern
city, beautiful
the
people.
southern drawl makes them like just a little bit more attractive too?
I think so, because I think I've told you this, guys, but the women I love the most in this country are your Southern belles. Like, get me a nice little down home girl from like fucking Tennessee or Alabama, and I'm sold. I
Bonk.
think
You know what to look
I'm
for,
living
though.
in the wrong state in the wrong region.
I think we all are.
if
And
you
now,
think
now,
about
now, Grant's now, Grant, we gotta put it away here. I'm giving you a bonk because now you're getting all hot and bothered talking about
you,
Southern women.
don't worry, it's you can only see from my chest and up. We're good.
That's
He doesn't
true.
have pants on.
We're-
It's fine.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. The peanut butter's upstairs. It's okay.
Yeah, he didn't have pants on all week last night.
Oh, hello. Like Stewie, when Stewie sees Tom Brady in the shower. Bing bong, hello.
But
That seems like a good way to
well,
end it.
yeah, that does. That'll wrap it up. Episode 83. Come back next week for episode 84, where we give we each pick our team that had us feeling like the Morgan Wallen song, the '98 Braves, and have a discussion on that one. Ethan will have Curveball of the Week next week. You can check us out on all of our socials. We'll have the segments of the show out on Friday on YouTube. Conversation Monday will be out on Monday as well. If you haven't checked out this week's, it was with Zach Willis, Big Deck Barbecue owner, who will also, as football season approaches, we are getting closer and closer, he will be doing the NDSU preview with us, so stay tuned for that. But that wraps up episode 83 of the Three Guys Talking Ball podcast. We'll talk to you next week.